Bienvenidos a Segundo Macabro Podcast. Yo soy Dee.
Yo soy Ali.
Y hoy Ali les contará de un caso que sucedió en Phoenix, Arizona.
When a person is murdered, we always hope that they didn't suffer or feel any pain. It is heartbreaking and disturbing to think what their last thoughts were when they saw that the person that was hurting them was someone they loved and trusted. Irene Luevano tragically fell in love with the wrong man, leading to her untimely and heartbreaking death. This is the murder of Irene Luevano. Advertencia: la información de este caso puede ser desencadenante para algunos. Tengan en cuenta que algunos de estos casos pueden involucrar menores de edad, abuso, violación o violencia. Escuchen con precaución.
Warning: the information on this case can be triggering to some. Please be advised that some of these cases may involve children, abuse, rape, and violence. Listen with caution.
I don't wish it on no mother to lose their kids because it hurts. It's really painful.
I just want to tell him that why did he do this to my sister? Why did he do this to her? Because he left the family suffering. He left my nephews, my nieces, all of us. I just want him to pay for what he did.
Irene, de 37 años, estaba saliendo con Jorge Quintero Lara, de 28 años. Llevaban un año juntos cuando se cometió el crimen. Irene y Jorge salieron la noche del 15 de enero del 2022. Fueron vistos por última vez en Silverado Canta Bar alrededor de las 2 de la madrugada del 16 de enero cerca de 27th Avenue y Camelback. Alrededor de las 4 de la mañana, la hija mayor recibe una llamada de Irene pidiéndole que llamara a la policía, ya que Jorge la había apuñalado en el cuello.
Oh, wow.
And she felt that she didn't have enough time. That she felt like she wasn't gonna make it. La llamada se corta. Y la familia intenta llamarle de regreso, pero ya no contesta. The family calls the authorities and the investigation begins. Another one of Irene's daughters actually spoke to Jorge that morning at 10 a.m. And when she asked about her mother, Jorge replied that she was okay, that he was taking her to the hospital, which was all a lie. Now we know that it was a lie. So Irene calls one of her daughters at 4 in the morning, and then at 10 that morning, the other daughter's like worried. She said, we haven't heard from my mom in 6 hours, and she just told us that he stabbed her. Let's call him. And he was like, she's fine, don't worry. I'll keep you updated type of thing. Alrededor de las 11:26 de la mañana, Jorge ingresa al hospital denunciando que le robaron. Y durante este robo, fue apuñalado en el estómago. Okay? Authorities find Jorge at the hospital, but he denies having an altercation with Irene. But he was actually arrested that night for forgery, an issue unrelated to Irene.
Okay.
Jorge was arrested after it was determined that he had bought a fake state of Arizona identification card and social security card with a fake name. He reported he used it to get employment. When he was arrested, they found a Mexican identification card on him with his real name. And it had said that Jorge reported that he was working for a Mexican cartel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Jorge was detained with a cash-only bond for $5,000. At this point, he was a person of interest as he was the last person to have seen Irene, and Irene identified him as a person who stabbed her, but they didn't have any proof.
Yeah.
But he was, arrested for other reasons. So at least they had him detained.
Yeah.
Cell phone records were analyzed, and it provided the authorities with a visual of Irene and Jorge's locations. Both their phones were in the same place up until 5:30 in the morning. After that, Irene's phone stayed in one location while Jorge's kept moving. It appears he was heading to Mexico. but he returned to Arizona and ended up in the hospital. We don't know why. El día que Irene fue reportada desaparecida, los investigadores entrevistaron al roommate de Jorge, del nombre Diego Terán. En esta primera entrevista, Diego dijo que él no había visto a Jorge desde el 15 de enero. So that was the night that Jorge and Irene went out. Y él dijo que él no sabía nada. La familia de Irene y voluntarios pasaron horas buscando a Irene, holding on to hope that she would be found. They looked for her on foot. They utilized off-road vehicles and cars, hoping to find something that would tell them she was okay. It's so hard watching interviews and videos of them just walking in remote areas, screaming for their mom, gritándole, mamá, si estás aquí, grita. El Chevy Impala en el que viajaban Irene y Jorge fue encontrado el 18 de enero, estacionado afuera de un restaurante de Felibertos, y las llantas estaban cubiertas de tierra. Y había mucha sangre adentro del carro. Pudieron obtener un video de vigilancia que captaba a alguien estacionando el carro el día 16 de enero, alrededor de las 10:45 a.m. So remember, el 16 de enero en la madrugada fue cuando Irene le llamó a su hija diciéndole esto at 4 in the morning. And then at 10 a.m. is when one of the daughters calls Jorge and asks about the mom. So remember, he said that he was taking her to the hospital, right? So this surveillance camera shows that at 10:45 a.m., someone parks the car outside this restaurant.
Okay.
They can't see who's inside, though. Como que se corta the image.
The transition, yeah.
Yeah. So it was all a lie. He never took her to the hospital because 45 minutes after he hangs up with the daughter, the car is outside this
restaurant.
Yeah.
Wow.
El 19 de enero, un día después de que se encontró el auto, las autoridades obtuvieron una orden para registrar el apartamento de Jorge. Aquí es donde Diego, el roommate, admitió que había mentido en su primera entrevista.
Oh, no.
Yes. Él dijo que tuvo que mentir porque Jorge lo había amenazado con matar a su familia si él hablaba.
Oh, my God.
Según Diego, Jorge y Irene no estaban solos en el carro la madrugada del 16 de enero. Él estaba en el coche con ellos. Diego miró a Jorge apuñalar a Irene varias veces y arrojar su cuerpo en una zona remota de La Paz County.
My God.
Diego was taken into custody and he agreed to take them to where Irene's body was left. Irene's lifeless body was found on January 20th, 100 miles away from the last place she was seen. Con todo esto, Jorge admitió de haber apuñalado a Irene mientras conducía. Yeah. Irene pudo, and I'm imagining this is where she calls her daughter, porque Irene pudo salir del auto, pero Jorge la atrapó y la volvió a meter al carro.
That sounds like such a horror movie. Like,
Yeah.
It just sounds like a scene from a horror movie. God.
Siguieron manejando a otro lugar donde ocurrió otro altercado. Y aquí es donde Irene apuñaló a Jorge en el estómago. So remember how he went to the hospital and said that I was robbed and me apuñalaron por robarme? It wasn't true. Ella la apuñaló al tratar de defenderse.
Yeah.
Jorge le quita el cuchillo, le corta el cuello y la apuñala varias veces más. Luego la arrastra al desierto y abandona su cuerpo. Initially, Jorge was facing the following charges: first-degree murder, aggravated assault, kidnapping and abandoning a body, which can lead to life in prison or in some states, death penalty. Diego was facing 1 count of hindering prosecution. Late last year, prosecutors offered Jorge a plea deal, which consisted of pleading guilty for second-degree murder and kidnapping, which to me makes no fucking sense. Especialmente cuando Diego reportó que Jorge le había dicho que estaba planeando matar a Irene.
No.
Le dieron hasta el 1 de diciembre del 2023 para aceptar o rechazar el plea deal. The family was absolutely, as you guys can imagine, they were devastated and pissed off that he was even offered that plea.
Of course.
They wanted to go to trial, but it was declined. With a plea like that, he would face up to 37 years in prison with a chance of parole in order to avoid trial. A reporter asked Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell the following after the plea was offered. Quote, "The family opposed a plea deal and lesser charges that would include less jail time. How can you tell them that what is being offered is justice for their loved one?" To which the attorney responded that this was an open case and that she couldn't comment on an open case.
Wow.
But that this was a very tragic case, that she understood the family, but that there are legal realities that they have to deal with first. Hence the reason for offering the deal. On the hearing scheduled February 2024, Jorge fue condenado a 33 años de prisión. Se le dieron 25 años por el asesinato y 8 años por el secuestro. Una madre de 6 hijos fue asesinada de una manera tan horrible y espantosa, y el asesino tiene la posibilidad de salir de la cárcel a los 60 años. Like, in what world does that make sense?
It doesn't. And the way that he murdered her is completely barbaric. He stabbed her to death. He dragged her into the car. He basically slit her throat open. That is an unimaginable anger attack towards a woman. Especially in a vehicle, of all things. A moving vehicle. Are you kidding me? How can this person get less than 40 years in prison for this type of atrocious attack on someone? It makes no sense.
It doesn't. In the hearing, Judge Jeffrey Reuter stated the following, quote, "I just want you to know that I'm not equating 33 years to a life. You don't have to fight for Irene anymore. That job's done. You did a good job for her. I think she'd be proud of you."
Wow, I feel about that.
Right? Yeah. I felt that I don't, it's mixed feelings. I was just like, that didn't sit well with me.
No. Because that's still not fair.
He hurt us so much. It's not fair.
It's not fair because, he gets to wake up every morning and my mom doesn't.
He does not deserve to be out when he's 56 years old. I would like for them to give him life in prison.
I just want him to know that he hurt my family so much.
This is a tragic case of Irene Luevano. Our hearts go out to her family and all those that were affected by her death.
We tried. We all tried. we morning and night looking for you. Somebody ripped your heart off your chest.
She tried her best to give her 6 kids a life.
She was a mother and a father for us, and I can't believe he did that to her.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to come on here and quickly apologize for the weird audio this week. Due to my mic completely failing, we will have only Ali talking about her case this week and no exact conversation. My mic decided to give up on me this week after failing last week. I truly thought I had fixed it, but for now we just have Ali's story this week and no conversation between us, sadly. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your support and all the things that you do. Currently I'm doing a concoction in order to keep my voice from recording this audio, so I do apologize if it sounds staticky or weird. I'm trying to work with what I have. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. Keep those comments coming. We really appreciate them. You can leave a comment on our social media platforms. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitter, or as it's known now as X. Just type in at SVSM_podcast and you should find us, or type in Cuando podcast on Facebook and we should be the first to pop up. You could also find us on YouTube. We have approximately, I think this will be the 11th video, so we're streaming the full video option of this episode on there. Just leave us comments, subscribe, all those fun things, and keep us in the loop. Also, if you want to listen to the rest of our 112 episodes, you can type in podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you stream podcasts. And you should find us there. If you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments. We really appreciate you guys. And again, I'm so sorry for having my mic fail us this week. But enjoy this episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Stay spooky. Bye.
Yes, ahí nos vemos. Adiós. Quédate spooky. Bye.